Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Uh, waited today till the noontime hour to put together weather in five. We do have flood watches up for a large portion of the area that I cover, the western and northern counties of New Jersey, pretty much all of the eastern half of Pennsylvania, and that includes much of south central and southeastern Pennsylvania down into Maryland, much of eastern Virginia, Delaware, and right down through the Delmarva Peninsula. One of the issues here with regards to the upcoming rains that we're going to have is that it's coming now on this is the third event in the last 5 or 6 days. The ground is absolutely saturated in inland areas where you have the flood watches up. Some coastal counties, Long Island, southern New England, the parts of the Hudson Valley, not quite as saturated, but perhaps at some point you might wind up seeing those flood watches extended. And this is for later Thursday night into early Friday. Precipitation is going to be substantial because of the fact that this cold front that is coming through here is literally going to be crawling its way through. And as a result, even though we're looking at a relatively narrow area of rain geographically, it just takes what seems like forever to move across Pennsylvania and then move across New Jersey and then ultimately to the coast. And it does generate some hefty 2 to 3 inch rain amounts in parts of eastern and particularly into northeastern Pennsylvania and northwestern New Jersey. This area seems to max out, but we're seeing every bit of 1.5 to 2.5 inches over a relatively large area. I would point out that the last event wound up underperforming rain-wise to a certain extent, especially as you head toward the coast. So we're going to watch for that possibility that maybe these numbers are a bit overdone. But this is a different type of weather system that we're dealing with that's moving eastward. And uh, I'm thinking here with the southeast flow coming in off the Atlantic that it is going to be problematic. We're seeing temperatures today in the upper 40s and low 50s across southern New England and over toward parts of Long Island, where you're getting a wind off the water. Those temperatures are being impacted, but then they quickly rise, and you start to see temperatures up into the lower 60s across southern New Jersey, south central, southeastern Pennsylvania, and even seeing a few 70-degree readings popping up in parts of Maryland. And part of the reason for this is the fact that we don't really have a uniform overcast yet. There's a band of clouds that's sitting across central New Jersey to southern New England. But if you look at the loop, there's a bit of a sliver of a break there. And I think those areas that are getting some sun this afternoon are benefiting from the daytime heating. And we're getting those temperatures to rise up. And in the meantime, you see the obvious rotation on the satellite loop of the clouds around the Great Lakes. That's where our storm center is. And the southern half of this is where we're going to be seeing our showers and thunderstorms. So you've got this sort of pinwheel look to things around the Great Lakes, around the low. There's not a whole lot happening here in the east. What's showing up on the radar is aloft. There's nothing of consequence yet in the Carolinas down through Georgia. We had some severe weather move through parts of Louisiana and Texas, southeast Louisiana, southern Louisiana, and southeast Texas earlier today. That has since moved offshore, and we've got perhaps to look ahead to some stronger thunderstorms later on today. The Storm Prediction Center has a area of slight risk. It kind of nudged it back a little bit from yesterday. Slight risk this afternoon and tonight. The Florida Panhandle on up into Georgia. Marginal risk extending up into the Carolinas. And then for tomorrow, we're going to push that general thunderstorm area up a little further to the north, but it's only a small area of marginal risk for coastal South Carolina and eastern North Carolina and much of central and southern Florida at risk for severe weather. Then on Friday, interestingly enough, with the upper low, SPC not showing any severe weather risk, but showing a risk of general thunderstorms, eastern Pennsylvania, Maryland, New Jersey, the Hudson Valley to about New York City and western Long Island. So this is really all about this upper trough. And if you'll notice, it's shaped in it's relatively sharp here. You've got this pretty much this V-shaped look to things, and that as a result is keeping the precip really kind of pulled into where the upper low is located, which is back up near Chicago. We don't have a lot of overrunning. We have no overrunning precip really up and down the East Coast. So that means we have to wait for the body of the trough to swing eastward, and it does strengthen here as it moves eastward. It gets in here, starts to get in here later tomorrow night, and even as we move into Friday, we're seeing an issue with regards to the southerly flow along the East Coast. It's just kind of waiting for this upper low to get out of the way. That's going to really be the determinant in terms of how fast weather conditions improve. So just to take a look at what's happening here on we have the new GFS run to take a look at. So I'm not really expecting too much to happen during today in the Northeast down to the Mid-Atlantic states. You can see there's showers and thunderstorms breaking out Western Virginia down into Georgia. This is for this evening and for the overnight. This kind of narrow looking stick of rain here. Tomorrow morning, a little bit of shower activity starts to pop up. The main area moving through central Pennsylvania, southward into Virginia, North Carolina. Then it reaches the coast tomorrow afternoon. Notice very, very slow movement here. So whoever's under that area of yellow there, the yellow radar echoes up and down the East Coast, you're going to get into some heavy rain for several hours or more. Shifts eastward to the coast by Thursday evening, a little bit further to the east during the overnight, and then finally makes its exit Friday morning. But that low's going to hang back. So we're going to have some scattered showers and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms running around Friday afternoon. And we're just going to have to wait for this low to pull away to the east for weather conditions to improve on Saturday. And that could be tough. If the low hangs on, if that upper trough takes forever to get through, we may have to deal with some lingering cloud cover on Saturday. Sunday, I'm thinking should be okay, but there's another front that will come through late in the day, Sunday or Sunday night, with perhaps maybe a few showers and a possible thunderstorm. So not the best looking weather lying ahead, certainly through Friday. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm going to try to be guardedly optimistic as far as Saturday and Sunday are concerned, but make no mistake, there are issues regarding how much improvement we'll get. And in the meantime, we're just going to have to deal with, if you're lucky enough to have some sun today, enjoy it. If you're sitting in clouds, what can I tell you? And then get set for the rain that's coming for later tomorrow and tomorrow night with those flood watches up. So we'll update you tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show on my YouTube channel, Joe Chaffee, at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. If you download the Meteorologist Joe Chaffee Weather app on Google Play or on the App Store, you can not only keep abreast of all the latest weather developments, but you could also watch the live streams and Weather in 5 right from your app. So do that today. It's absolutely free. Just go to Google Play or the App Store, type in Meteorologist Joe Chaffee in the search, and download it, and you're on your way. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.